Hello students, welcome to 6th standard social science class. I hope you have understood our first lesson of geography, the solar system and the earth. Soon I would be sending you the notes of geography lesson number 1 which you have to copy in your notebook. As I have explained you earlier that social studies of 6th standard is divided into 3 parts: history, geography and civics. In this video, we will be understanding about the first lesson of history, and the name of the lesson is when, where and how. The topics included in this lesson are timeline, importance of history, significance of dates in history, geographical time frame, sources of history and their classifications. In this video, we would be dealing with the first 3 topics, and the remaining topics explanation I would be sending you in the second part, that is in another recording. Let us understand our first topic, that is the timeline. As you see in the mind map, that history is divided into 4 periods: prior to prehistory, prehistory, proto-history and history. Prior to prehistory is where the early humans, that is they were hunters and gatherers, they had just evolved on the earth about 1 million years ago. The second section is prehistory. This is the period about 8,000 years ago, and now the humans had started the beginning of agriculture. The third classification is proto-history. It deals with the history where there are no written records available till now. And the fourth is history, that is the written records are available, and it is a history of about 4,700 years ago. For extra information here, I would like to tell you that history has been divided into 3 parts: prehistory, proto-history and history. And our Indian history is divided into 3, that is the ancient, medieval and modern. However, one may question, why is the need to divide history into time periods when already history can be understood chronologically? What may be the reason for dividing something that is already coming in sequence? Children, history is very vast. Therefore, segregating means dividing the events into time frames simplifies understanding of history. Here, dividing the time periods combine historical events that have occurred in the same time period and would have some or the other same characteristics. As history is also a study of change, these broad divisions highlight the changes that takes place in a particular time period. Hence, one more valid reason for dividing history into different time periods could be to accommodate the changing patterns in the society. The grouping of events in different time periods also reflects how the past is understood and the significance of change from one period to another. So this division of time period is very important when we study history, as timeline is the easiest way of showing events of the past. But here one question arises: what is history and why we should study history? History is the study of our past. Past means the events which have already occurred and the study of it is called as history. History helps us to study about the events that occurred in a distant time. History includes the word story, that is the spelling is History, means history means telling story of the people and their events. It is a systematic record of events that have been placed chronologically. Chronologically means according to the time period. It is also an analysis of accounts that have been meticulously recorded by historians and chronicles. Here, I would like to explain the importance of history. So, the other meaning of history is storytelling. Means inquiring and knowledge acquired by investigation means history. So, history tells us about the people of the past, their economy, occupation, their lifestyles, their rulers and battles, and it helps us to understand our present. So, to understand about our present, we need to study about the past. History provides us a window into the past. Means we can see the things which have happened in the past and how slowly the things have evolved and transformed over the time. It gives us an opportunity to learn about the past with the understanding of the present. And with the help of this, we can make better choices for the future. For example, if you have not studied about alphabets in junior senior KG, would you be able to learn or read now? No. So, the past foundation, that is whatever we have studied in the past, is important to understand the present and will help you to make your better choices in the future. Means you can take good decisions in the future if you have the knowledge of the past. That will help you to understand the present and will help you to make good choices in future. That is why children, don't get bored up in the history class. You will think why to study history, but history will definitely help you and will definitely help the humans to think about the past consequences and to take future decisions accordingly. So history is very important. Now I will read the points. What is the importance of history? It teaches us who we are and how our ancestors were and who were our ancestors. Ancestors means our previous forefathers. Second point, history trains us. Trains us means what? It helps us to make our behavior better and better. That is, how people behaved in the past will help us to live in the present. Third point, it teaches us to research and inquire facts before accepting them as relevant. Means it teaches us to get the correct information by investigating it properly. And the last is, by studying history, we become more and more broad-minded and become liberal, means tolerant about the people and their culture. Because see children, we have noticed and we have observed that there were so many wars in the past. Has anyone got any benefit or anything good from the war? No. So we should avoid wars. We have seen the previous wars and we know the ill effects or the destruction which is caused by the war. So no one likes to get into war in the present. As nowadays you must have been hearing about the news that there is a tension between India and China borders. But we don't want war. No one wants wars. We want it to solve it through some decision making or through some agreements. So that is a better option instead of war, and that we have learned from our past. So same mistake we cannot do in our future. So children, so importance, history is very important to study, and our language, our lifestyle, our culture is also dependent on the past. So now I hope you have understood what is the importance of history. Now we go to the next topic, that is significance of dates in history. Children, date is very important. Sometimes you feel very hard or difficult why we should remember this date, why we should know about that year. But this helps you to understand that in which time frame it has happened. So dates are very important in history. For example, you will always be ready with your birth date. If any time anyone asks you your birth date, you know, and you should also know the year in which you were born. So that is very important. In the study of history, we should know about the time periods. Historians therefore generally count the years either forward or backward from the birth year of Jesus Christ. That is, we have two dates. The period before the birth of Christ is known as BC. BC means before Christ, and now it is called as BCE, before Christ era. And the period after the birth of Christ is known as AD. Means it was known as AD, it is also known as CE, that is Christ era. But here you have to understand that which are the dates of BC and which are the dates of CE. BCE means the dates which are counted as backwards. For example, I will tell you that year 100, that is the year 100 will come first and the year 99 will come afterwards. This is counted in BC, that is before Christ era. But same thing in AD, that is 99 will come first when we count the year and 100 will come afterwards. I can explain you with the current year. That is, suppose if we were in BC, then 2021 will come first and then 2020. But now we are in the Christ era, that is after the birth of Christ. So 2020 year will come first in the sequence and our coming year will be 2021. So understood? When the BCE era, that is the before Christ era, the counting was backwards, and now the AD or CE era, the counting is forward. That is, the counting will come forward wise. AD also means Anno Domini. Anno Domini means in the Latin it means in the year of our Lord. Lord means Jesus Christ. So AD is also known as CE, that is the Christ era. See children, suppose you want to find out the time period between two dates. In BC or AD, you have to subtract the smaller date from the bigger one. For example, 500 BC to 200 BC means a period of 300 years. The time period between 500 BC year and the 200 BC year is 300 years. In the same way, in the AD also, the time period between 200 AD to 500 AD means the period of 300 years. So the calculation of time period is same in both the era. Either it is BC or AD. The era is the same, but in BC the dates are written in the backward numbering, and in the AD the dates are written in the forward numbering. I hope you have understood till now. We'll continue with our next topic, that is the geographical time frame.